You shouldn't be scared of what you would catch at Renfest because at Silent Disco on Friday they had one of those fucking like tent top things that they were using. I felt like I was gonna get the flu looking at it. It was so. Evan did get me a wax stamp creating kit, so there's that. Before I begin, I just want to say a minute ago, Jonathan was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring like shitty goth poetry that I wrote when I was in 7th grade." Bitch, I wrote shitty goth poetry like a week ago. Fair. Poetry. Oh, picture. He always lets me pose because he's a darling. My final story before reading is that I don't have new shit. I don't fucking know what to read. And so I borrowed Morgan's like random number generator ring, and it fucking landed on a line between two numbers. How helpful. And so I had to decide for myself with such. I know, like I am but a quarter spinning on my edge. But I did decide a poem, and it is Integration and Individuation in the Dream Realm, a poem inspired by dreaming, as most of my shit. Dream shit. It's not even real. In the astral, we built kingdoms together. Not castle courtyards and royal crests, but domestic dynasties. Our tapestries woven from microscopic moments, tying our shoes and waiting around in grocery store lines, bickering over bonfire card games, mundane things, which are oft more profound than epiphanies. Our saga was encrypted in dancing threads of orange and gold, like the bed sheets and the curtains and the walls, within this glimmering bubble of space. For after all, we were dreaming. In the astral, we fought earthly solitude and sought comfort in cranial communion. Our minds in sync, in spite of the distance, in spite of the sleep. Some cosmic force pulling at our chests, magnetic, engulfing, heartstring marionettes tied with red cord to fate's divine fingertips. We dance until we implode, though not to the steady drifting hum of music above us, but to the rhythm of soul, as if no one else in the universe could possibly be watching. In the astral, I said I loved you long before I uttered it out loud. And we explored layers of consciousness unknown to waking glances. Great books of imagination furled open before us, and up from their pages grew mighty oak trees, inky roots of words and punctuation marks, and leaves like northern lights, an aurora in a darkened place. Dryadic tomes were these, psychic relics of 1,000 moments past, a future as sturdy and sure as an ancient forest, and the infinite present, with all of its possibilities and histories intermingling. Rewind. In the astral, I almost said in the history, it's too late. In the astral, we are great monuments to the corporeal. My body a carnage seedbed, yours a sanctuary of illusory light. My body fragile but unbroken beside yours. Your body a resonation with the familiar, like an echo, like a memory. And when temples crash together, their bits and pieces and details settle enmeshed after dusty, crumbling chaos. One's pillars fallen upon the other's altar, one's hands upon the other's cheeks, and perhaps, in unknown eons, an academic will examine our rubble. Magnifying glass held close to search for meaning, for the point of impact, for a story. And whether or not evidence of a story is found, it was still told in our time. We exist with or without hints towards existence. We weave our tapestries in spite of outside perception or lack thereof. We integrate, we individuate, cycles of combination and sundering. And when we open our eyes to exit this hypnotic osmosis of energies and feelings, I shall be within my own skin and you within yours. We may not even recall our dreamscape odysseys together, but in the astral, they are memories to last an endless lifetime. Happy poetry, thank you. Now I have to pee so bad. Good night.